So maybe we can now possibly have, I'm not banking on that one, okay? Maybe we can have a chance when Donald Trump, this same Donald Trump, will release all the files of Tifnubu. Remember, Tifnubu said that if they release this file, it will have hey, there's actually the word he used. That it was going to have some, is it catastrophic, be like a pretty consequential, something like that. Right? So, on the brighter side, maybe, because you see, Donald Trump's chief of staff right now, who is, happened to be a very good friend of the IPOB. I don't know if the relationship is still there, and I really do wish it is. So that somebody is going to be saying it to his, to his left ear. Like say the JT. Nigeria has been captured, even though our foreign policy doesn't, for any reason, have them in our plan. But that country is being led by a drug dealer who was instrumental to the drug epidemic in Chicago, Illinois, in the late 80s and early 90s. He is the oppressed now. He captured the country. The man that is working in italic. Kolu is the oppressed idiot now. Maybe we can possibly save. I don't know. I mean, imagination no go wound me, but why? I mean, we can imagine things, right? Just by putting one or two things. God bless you, Jare. Ayola Olatunji. Irreparable damage. Exactly. That's what Tifnubu said. That if they release his data, if they release his true file in America, that is, it will cause irreparable damages. So maybe Donald Trump will do that for the, for the culture. I'm not banking on it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. I'm just saying. Just maybe imagine. Because Donald Trump signed an executive order where he said the drug cartels, they will be treated as international terrorists. And one of them is the president of Nigeria. So Tifnubu is an international terrorist. You see, Ronuku, if you are a Ronuku that is watching me right now, yesterday, I said, oh, the lifeless Tifnubu, the lifeless Kolu is back in that contraption. The man that is working in italic. Because that's how Tifnubu works. It works in italic. Like that. Sometimes it works like person that is disabled like that. That's working in italic. He's a drug addict. He's a drug dealer. So, if Donald Trump's executive order says all the drug cartel that they are international terrorists, we can easily say that Tifnubu Nko is international terrorist. So when I now said that the lifeless Tifnubu is back, some of the Ronukus, they came onto my platform on Facebook. Some said I should respect the office. I said, Oguki Yudi. Another one said, you don't have respect for your father. I said, my father is not a drug dealer. My father was never a drug dealer. This one is a drug dealer. And there's nothing you can do to change that. He forfeited money to avoid jail. Do you understand? He is a Guinean, a man from Guinea, who has been mingling with another most wanted arms dealer, drug dealer from Mali. We have all the evidence. It's not like we are making things up. You have all the evidence. So people can, although they have started advising Tinubu to make sure that he avoids Donald Trump. So even if you don't like Donald Trump, and somehow you want, you wanted this Tinubu to pay for his crimes. Donald Trump has the power to make that happen. It's just that you can't bank on it. That's why I'm not going to really put my money on that. Because I remember when the Fulani terrorists were slaughtering people in Nigeria, the lifeless Boko Haram went to America. Donald Trump still collected over $500 million from him and sold him to Kano Jet. The same man that banned Twitter in Nigeria. Donald Trump supported it. He said, well done. Yeah, Donald Trump told Boko Haram that Boko Haram, good job for banning Twitter. So anything that is not in Donald Trump's interest can go to places. That's why I don't want to bank on it. You get what I mean, right? He shook the hand of Boko Haram that yes. Because you remember that Donald Trump himself was suspended from Twitter. And because he was suspended from Twitter, hang on, no. Yeah, because he was suspended, and then Boko Haram now banned Twitter in Nigeria. Donald Trump supported him and said, well done. That's what you do to these people. The story is different now anyway. So I don't know what Tinubu and this gang will trade to have him on their side. The last time, Boko Haram emptied the excess crude accounts in order to go to Donald Trump in 2019. And he gave him $500 million. And America First, Mr. America First was comfortable with that. He just told this guy, said, don't ever allow that, don't ever let that lifeless thing come closer to me again. After collecting $500 million, Donald. That's why I don't want to bank on it when it comes to Donald Trump and this call. But I'm just saying, I'm allowed to sort of imagine it once in a while and say, what if he can just help us release these files of Tinubu? Nigeria is captured already, so it's not like it's going to make any much difference, okay? Now, let me tell you something. The idea of the southern Nigeria have the most fraud stars in Nigeria is not true. And it is ideal to tell you that. The real criminals in Nigeria, the real destroyers of Nigeria, they are mostly from northern Nigeria. All of you who are from the southern part of Nigeria or middle belt, you have been either conditioned, bamboozled, or brainwashed to believe that these northern criminals, they are dull. They are not. If you look at those who have looted Nigeria from 1970, put it that from that 1970 till today, it's been these northerners, mostly. Remember that Abacha loots. Abacha is dead now for more than how many years? 28 years, how many years now? 27 years or thereabout. And they are still returning Abacha loot. So I'll give you the backstory. The most corrupt human beings are from this Arewa North. They are the most evil-minded. I'm looking for other very good, strong English. Primitive, devil-minded. Okay, don't worry. You shall. Like, the Southerners are just loud. Loud. And see, it's not like you are that loud too, but there is a systemic arrangement to cover up these criminals from northern Nigeria. When they open banks, whenever they open banks, the bank is not because of any commercial activities. No. It is for money laundering. 90 to 95% of the Bureau de change in Nigeria before now was owned by these northerners. Do you think it's because Aboki is asking you to come and sell dollar? You are selling dollar to Aboki. Aboki is giving you naira. You're selling naira. Do you think that's what they do? The story of emptying the Central Bank of Nigeria by the northern Nigeria, by these northerners under Bokwari, is a fresher. That one should freshen your memory. Yeah. They emptied Nigeria Central Bank. Until now, they can't really hold any of them responsible. But they will tell you how Diezani stole billions of dollars. You know? How who else would they have pointed out in the southern part of Nigeria? But you know something? The reason why, when Obasanjo started EFCC, the reason why they continue to fight to be in charge of EFCC was to ensure that they continue to protect them. They do not have any other means of making genuine money than the Commonwealth of Nigeria. Listen, if you are watching me from northern Nigeria, don't be offended though, because you are also a victim. You are not part of the whole court. Don't count yourself as anything important. You're not important. Say, we the northerners will control Nigeria. Nibo. They have their courts that have been like doing this. The reason why the southern part of Nigeria will continue to be the easy target is one, when you check the military, they have the highest population of the soldiers in Nigeria. When you check the police, they have the highest number of the policemen in Nigeria too. When you check almost every government security agency in Nigeria, they dominate it. It is for a reason. So that if you raise any kind of petition against them, it will be killed before you even get to anywhere. So in the EFCC, they have a certificate, anti-money laundering certificate, that they issue to financial institutions like banks and Bureau de change. You see those ones from northern Nigeria, because they have been given that EFCC clearance. Everything that goes on within their accounts, all those bank accounts, right? They are out of bound for the EFCC. Well, if you receive 150 million naira in your own bank account, 100 million naira in your own bank accounts, it will be flagged. You know why yours will be flagged? Because you don't belong to that circle. So they want to know where you get the money from. You can't just have access to such money. Or somebody just paid 10 billion naira into your bank. Meanwhile, you see all those northern special account in northern Nigeria that they are using to perpetrate all this fraud. Tens and hundreds of billions of naira are passing through them conveniently, and there is nothing that will raise any red flag. Nothing. If you have seen those who have become the victims of 419 in Nigeria, more than 80% of them, they will tell you there's always an involvement of an allergy in this business. There is always. Local. They call it local. Those who are perpetrating local fraud in Nigeria, they are from northern Nigeria. And once your money is paid into any account, it's gone. And that is why you have been hearing that they are paying ransom money into bank accounts, and this money they are passing through. Nobody is arresting anybody. Do you know why? Because those that provide the money, the accounts they use, they already have what is called the anti-money laundering certificate. Any money that passes through it, nobody can raise any alarm. For Southerners, their specializes in their own specialty is foreign scam, foreign fraud. Come and marry. And that is why the EFCC is always after you in the South. When you look at those who are emptying people's bank accounts, and suddenly they can't trace the account anymore. In Nigeria, they will empty your bank account. They will hack your account. From northern Nigeria, they will hack your account. When you begin to trace it, at the end of the day, once you get to a certain stage, your bank will just go cold. There's no further investigation. There's no headway anymore because the money don't cross to the north. Well protected. So if you have seen those who have been scammed locally in Nigeria, there is always an involved allergy. Where your money is paid to, right? There are accounts that cannot be investigated. There are accounts that nobody can raise alarm. Even if you have the details of the account and submit that to the EFCC. Once they see the account, your case will go cold. Yeah, it will go cold. True story. They scammed my old man, I remember, that we should supply this chemical. And the chemical is used for pipeline. You know, God bless the memory of this my old man. I don't know if this my uncle is watching. Fabo. I was his old man. And I was his right-hand man, pretty much like his secretary then. Right? So we received this phone call. It was this someone who claimed to know my brother in the US. And he has been pursuing this contract at the NNPC, but they have not been able to reach him. So that's why they were calling his dad. It was around the time the GSM, the mobile phone, first came to Nigeria that way, year 2001, 2002. So we picked up the call, had a chat, and this is my old man, was into haulage business in Ikeja airport then, NACO, NACO in Ikeja. My old man then had about 4 or 5 trucks. So every imported cargo into Nigeria through the Lagos airports. So we'll load them and we'll take them across Nigeria to the east, to the north, to anywhere. So it was fine. It was doing well. Then something came. They said, "Oh yeah, your son has been applying for this, blah blah blah." And that's how we entered it too. It didn't take much money, but it was like a painful one because the old man wasn't somebody who was really, really like a greedy person per se. To him, he thought he was protecting the interest of his son. We couldn't reach my brother until that day. And I kind of suspected, me, I suspected that something was wrong, something was amiss. So this guy showed up in our house. We chased all our tenants away, all the kids, everybody, we chased them away from the compound. We don't want anybody. We pretended that was also our office. Then he walked in, he said, "Oh, I need to come and see the material. We needed to go and buy this material, this chemical. Like, we need to go and buy this chemical. Each of them cost 25,000 naira. So they did 1,000 of it, which was probably going to be like about, I think, 25 million or 2.5 million or something. I can't remember. So we paid the money. Okay, they told us where to go and get this particular chemical. So we went there, we got 250,000 naira. They said we should get more. I said, what happened is that you need to pay us first before we can go and get more. And that's what actually busted it. So we went back and they've disappeared. They have disappeared. These are the local ones. But you see those of you who are scamming, foreigners in the southern part of Nigeria, driving Benz and doing all of this lao and the rest of that, right? You are the easy target they can come for in the southern part of Nigeria. Meanwhile, in the north, the real Obonge criminals are protected. Protected. In the southern part of Nigeria, you that doing the Yahoo in southern part of Nigeria, the client of the EFCC and the rest, you are not notorious in northern Nigeria, Baba. They are not just hackers. They are not just a bunch of account hackers. So they are also notorious. They walk about with their own guns. If anything goes wrong, so EFCC doesn't go to them per se. The system protects them, but the system needs to pretend that it's working. That's why you have what you have in southern Nigeria. That's why they can break into your homes in southern Nigeria, where you have many Nigerias. One rule for the south, one rule for the north. It's the same where you have the SARS that goes about harassing people in the south. They dare not try it in the north. Even when they are moving weapons, where terrorists are moving up and down, no, they don't go there. They will only give you excuses why they won't. They will tell you that, Abokis are religious. Abokis are, no. They are a bunch of criminals from that part of Nigeria. No doubt. I think that's what triggered this judge when she was firing the EFCC in the courts of their unprofessionalism or so. The EFCC will scale the fence. They will break into people's homes randomly. No warrant, no nothing. Harass people, beat them up, loot, steal their stuff in the name of fighting economic and financial crimes in the southern part of Nigeria. That's why you will never see it in the northern part of Nigeria. Hang on. Somebody published something on this matter. And I'm going to read it word for word, okay? Said, do you know that the biggest syndicate of hackers who move money from Nigerian banks are based in the north? Do you know that the top 5 biggest hacks in Nigeria banking history were traced to the north? The NIBSS, which is responsible for all interbank transactions in Nigeria, have been compromised many times, and the culprits have been traced to the north. Have you noticed that most of the time you get phony texts that requires you to send a personal banking info to a number? The person on the other end of the phone is usually a northerner. They are always the ones that are always calling wrong number. Hello, Abu. Say, Abu Bawo, Abu no Shilele, Abu Bawo. And he will call you back again. Hello, Abu. I say, no, Abu, this is not Abu. Hello, Abu. I say, show me the Brukulele in Abu Kiwolong me Abu Bawo. They are fraudsters until when you say your name. And then until when they will block your line and get any OTP redirected to another number before they hack your bank account. They are not stupid. It's not random. It is not coincidence. It's always intentional. So when Otedola's dormant account, last used in 2008, right, was used to launder money by a Nigerian bank for over 10 years. The culprits were northern bankers who worked with a northern syndicate. Do you know that when Chevron, Shell, Dangote, and Nigerian breweries lost over 1 billion naira from their GTB accounts in 2023, the hackers and the conspirators were from the north? Do you know that? No? Okay. Do you know that when a 1.4 billion naira heist was uncovered in 2022, the syndicates were from the north? The main man even contested Kogi status of assembly election under NNPP. He was caught with $470,000 cash. You know that 95% of BDCs in Nigeria are owned by northerners, and their primary function is money laundering, disguised as exchange, mainly for these syndicates, ahead of the usual suspects, politicians. Some BDC operators owned as many as 10 BSCs, registered with different business names. Why do you think the new central bank governor shut down all BDC operations when he came in? So firstly, the BDCs used in laundering these monies are cleared by the EFCC. There is an anti-money laundering certification that they get before operating such bank accounts. So automatically, the transactions between these accounts are not under radar. And the central bank and EFCC monitors. It makes no sense, is it?